Hi, welcome back to CS170. We're on the what if analysis. So this is the last part of the Excel second PowerPoint for this week. So let's run through these and see what this is all about. So basically, uh, these are helpful little tools to help you get certain types of answers. So it's like what if analysis. So one of them would be something like this, which is on the slide here. And I set this up here. And this would be like, let's say you have all of these are your grades. And then if you look at this, this is the average to calculate your final grade. Okay. So if we want to say, well, what do I have to score in my final exam to get whatever for my final grade? Okay. So let's go here to data. And then we have what if analysis here on the top right-hand side here. So let's click on that. So there's a couple of different things here. What we want to try out is to do this goal seek here. Okay. So when we hit the goal seek, we want to, in this case, we want to see what is the final grade. So this final grade right now is just calculating average here. And right now it's averaging at 65. But we want to see what happens if we want to get this final grade up to a 70. Okay. And all these other grades are filled in already. So you're not going to be able to change that. So we want to find out what you want to get on your final exam to get your final grade to be 70. Okay. And then I click OK. And you can see basically it's just chucking numbers in here until it comes up with the value that you're going to need on your final exam to get your final grade to be 70. Okay. So that's basically what the goal seeking does for one variable, right? That's one key point. You're talking about just one variable feeding into a larger formula and you're trying to get a certain outcome, right? So you can imagine if you were doing this yourself, well, one way you can do it is kind of do it mathematically. Another way you can do it is basically to chuck numbers into that one variable and see what it's high, low, and whatever until you come up with the number that will get your final grade to be 70. Okay, and that's what Excel is doing. Okay, some of you may or may not know this, but there's like a certain, from a computer science perspective, a certain approach to be able to work your numbers. So one common thing would be like to guess your number, right? So let's say you have a number like between 1 and 100 and you know, the computer will make a guess. First, it will start off, say, oh, is your number 50? And then you'll say, oh, no, it's too high. So then the computer would go down, oh, okay, is your number 25? And you say, no, it's too low. And then it'll go to like something between 25 and 50, let's say like 35 or something like that. And fairly quickly, it narrows down the choice of what the number is for you. Usually it should be able to do this in less than 10 guesses. So something similar is happening here to calculate your final exam. In this case, this example. So this is called goal seeking. Okay. And so I'll leave it like that there. Then here, this is kind of looking at this from a scenario planning, right? So here you have something, this is what you know right now, right? And then it's gonna take, let's say in this case, we're talking about gas and changing the cost of gas to various scenarios, okay? So how does it do that? It's gonna go in here and it's calling it gas tax, right? You can call it whatever. And then it's changing on that cell. And then it kind of shows how you modify that, okay? So, and then it will turn up something like this, okay? And you can play around with different things here, obviously, right? So let's see what we can do with this. Where am I? We're at data. And then we have the what if scenario. and then we have scenario manager. Okay, so I'm going to add a scenario. Okay, and then here I'm going to be changing the gas cell like that. Let's let's change that to, I don't know, 2, something like that. Okay. And so you can see that it's doing like a change here like that. Okay. Now, what happens if we did this summary here? And then we're just going to show it a scenario summary. Okay. So here you're showing like this default value here, and then I can change to whatever, right? Let me change it to 2 like that. Oh, well, it doesn't have the formula in here anymore. Okay. So let me close out of this. Let me come back to here and let's see if we can set up multiple scenarios. Okay. I want to enter multiple values here, right? Here. We create the gas tube here. That. And that's 3. So now we have 3 scenarios. Let's see what the summary looks like here. Yeah. Okay, so now we got the 3 scenarios here. And so this is just a reporting view. I can't really change it. So it's basically showing the calculations output. So if I set the gas to be $2.10, $2.25, and $3.50, which are the 3 scenarios that you saw back here, that I was changing on this cost of gas here, I was just punching in the 3 different scenarios. Let me hit the scenario manager again. So you can see gas 2, gas 3. And then when I hit the summary view, it basically showed each of those gas scenarios with those different prices. And it didn't have the formula here. So yeah, I mean, it's a way for you to show different types of scenarios on here. And then as this shows here, you can actually show it changing multiple things too. Instead of just the gas, you can also change it, the parking also. So in this case, it went from $10 to changing it to $8 here. Okay. So this is it for scenarios. So this is part of the what if analysis. Okay. If there's any questions, give me a shout. Thanks.